Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, I'm gonna want to go through the trade breakdowns for today. It's a pretty active day. Today's CPI. So let's get into it. There was a few across multiple pairs. All right, so we started off with German 40. This is the one that was taken in the London stream. That was you can go back and have a look today. I did take one. I haven't mentioned the trade yet, but there was one that I was in pre the stream with this Euro Open, and I took that one trying to go for probably too much, and like I just didn't survive the actual London Open. So that first trade was taken at 7:30. So price had, I'll quickly just gloss over this one. It was a break even in the end. So price was pushing up quite strongly, and what I was thinking was that we might. So price started breaking these highs, and I jumped into the trade here, and expecting when price. No, it was right here. Sorry, my bad. It was right here as it was breaking these highs. Thought there was a good chance that price with the news would come up, and what I was expecting was to get a quick tap into this clean candle over here. Um, it was going all right, and then it got to just before London Open. I'd moved my stops to break even. I just wanted to get a nice quick push. Unfortunately, price did this. It jumped up and it tapped this area that I thought would be a problem zone, um, because of their 4 hour time frame. So unfortunately, like I was up about 20 pips or so, moved the stops to break even, and then didn't survive the London sweep. So these two lines here that I had, see there's little faint lines over here. This was based on, I thought this would be a rejection area, the 15,670 to 15,675. It was more to do with the 4 hour time frame. So have a look at the 4 hours. These are the same thin black lines. And just look how many times you get like these little wicks touching and closing, sort of their closing necklines. Wicks, 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 wicks. So I thought probably a bit tricky area to navigate once we had that London volume. Sorry, Euro, the first hour of Frankfurt Open to close, and then London swept the high, pushed back, got a better price. At this stage, we had two 15-minute candles over here. This is the zone a little had from the low to the open. Created my little support, and I thought, oh, this is probably a good area for price to pull back to if I get a price action entry based on not going to do any of this cowboy stuff. Going to look for anticipation / confirmation. That was what I was trying to plan for a buy here to then go up. And what I wanted, I still had the same target in mind, that which was this clean candle. So my target was around the 15,690. Price was beautiful. You know, it was entry was taken on the 3 minute time frame. Waited for price to tap into this 15-minute support area. Price pushed down, gave it like a little bit of a doji. Okay. Wicked lower, and then as it started breaking the highs, you could have taken it when it broke the low, anticipating it was going to push bullish, or if you wanted a bit more confirmation, wait for it to flip or wait for it to close. So entry was taken more or less around this area. So it was around 15,640. That was more or less where the entry was. Price pushed up and then came back down a little bit again, because you got this like nice little fair value gap. Price wicked down, and then it would have given you a second entry because there's another little doji. If price is breaking the low, anticipate that's going to break the low and keep on pushing bullish. There's a liquidity candle here this wick. So entry was taken I was in this one on this candle, target being the 90 over here. Gave plenty of opportunities. Could have jumped into it late. Gave two opportunities. Price pushed up, and then it was just away it went. Okay. Afterwards, it went up a whole bunch more, but I was only going to take my 50 pips and just be done with it. So that was the first trade. Beautiful price action here. Beautiful, beautiful price action. Nice support zone based on the 15-minute. There were some sells to be had up here, but I wasn't really looking for sells at that time. I was done. And then price, gave a great move to the downside. Okay, next one. Let's go to next one was pound Aussie. Pound Aussie was just based on my fundamentals that I was looking at with I thought pound is just strong overall. I'll just do a quick one. We've got the daily over here. Nice, beautiful uptrend. I'm sort of expecting price to rip down a little bit lower than these structural points. And then it's just taking time, but more closer we get to the Bank of England interest rate focus where they start to raise rates, I think we'll start getting that move back up again. So I'm not too worried about changing my bias here. I'm just looking for longs really. So those longs came in London session. So price had pushed down. Oh, sorry, it was very bullish on the way up in Asian session. I think that was back on Chinese news. I think I'm pretty sure that was the headlines that I saw for there. Saw Euro session just rip down, and look at this candle. So my target was this candle. Just wanted to wait for price to sort of settle down. As it was ripping down, you've got Asian low here. You've got plenty of like little support areas, but I didn't do too much close analysis here. I was just waiting for price to start. Instead of making lower highs and lower lows, I was just waiting to see it like start to make higher highs and higher lows on this lower time frame. So this was the low of just when Euro rolled into the London Open. Price pushed up back into the structure, came back down, liquidity candle, pushing nice and bullish, really, really bullish. Price, there's a little bit of a negation candle where price is sort of telling you like this is a bit of a turning point. Something closes, if something closed below here, we'll see more downside, but something didn't, it closed above it, indicating more upside, and then indicating a very good chance that we're going to fill this clean candle. Where I got in was over here on this one. So that was about 9:15 in the stream. I was indicating that I was, I'd got in. Price, stop loss was underneath it over here, underneath the low, assuming that this would be the low and that we should be pushing bullish, targeting this this area. So the target was based on the 15-minute time frame. So let me just show you that. 15-minute was just this candle. I'm just targeting this clean candle. That was the entry, the first entry, and I was targeting that area. I had two entries. I scaled in a bad time, actually. I thought this was just going to keep on pushing up. And so this is my second entry on this one. Price pulled back all the way down to the first entry. Didn't do anything. I didn't move to stop losses or anything. And then price pushed up. I was pretty confident it was going to go up there, and it pushed up, thankfully, just pre-CPI news that came out. CPI gave it a big push up, broke the Asian high, rejected, came back down, but I was well out of the trades by that stage. So these ones looked like this. So two entries. First one, price as well in profit at that stage when I scaled in. Scaled in wasn't ideal. It definitely wasn't an ideal scale-in opportunity. It was ideal opportunity. Risk reward, though, didn't quite make sense. I was just trying to add some weight to it. I think I was going to get a clean push. Had to survive the pullback all the way back to the entry. And yeah, it was just the timing sort of just sucked. It was the close of the. I do harp on about just think about the timing that you get into the trades. And this candle here was the close of, or the open of the 4-hour candle. So the 4-hour candle wicked up, broke the high of this previous candle, and then proceeded to make its bottom wick for the 4-hour candle before then finding that upside. So overall, it was good. It was just not a very good scale-in time. I could have got a much better scale-in entry potentially to push up. But you live and learn. So there was those two. And then last one was gold for CPI. I don't normally do New York session, I haven't been anyway. But CPI, I make a special exemption. So this one was absolutely beautiful. I really, really had fun today with CPI. So I was expecting, I haven't got time to go through all the reasoning, but I was expecting downside. Expecting a little bit of downside, initially before then looking for buys if the inflation reading was basically at the expectations. Mainly because we're so short heavy that I felt, unless there was a big misprint, I felt most of the effect of the CPI would be priced in already, and that with CPI we usually see one big move and then we see a full correction. So price, I was keen for sells first, but then I was then even more keen for buys. So price, we're at 130. This is, I'll cut off this data. Yep, this one, yeah. Okay, so beautiful. Okay, let's go to the 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Price had pushed up. Let me go 3 minutes actually. Maybe on the 1 minutes. Price, yeah. I'm gonna have to get back a little bit more. And on the so what I'd done on here was I was keen for the sells, but I'm not keen to sell the low. And what made me my decision for this one, I actually entered before the news, which was a bit risky, but I had decent wins on German 40 and pound Aussie. That this one, when I saw this candle, I was watching it. This candle was at 1:26 my time, so 8:26 New York time, so 4 minutes before CPI. And price just started pushing up, pretty heavy in those last 4 minutes. So I thought there's a good opportunity here that if price is pushing up, I'm going to enter somewhere here before the news, so I don't have to worry about slippage. Because if I entered after the news or in that first 1 minute candle of news, I'd probably get slipped. So what I was willing to do was actually just go with my bias of those sells, because this candle had pulled back, and there's a very good chance that when we push down, I was expecting price to go to the potentially this daily doji here, this one here on the 27th, 25th of August. I was looking at the daily candle doji as the low potentially to be taken. And if I go back to that area, what I had my eye on, this is the daily low here, sorry. This is the daily low. I looked over to the left as well, and I saw we had this London session right here. So I thought, okay, so this London high would be, if price is stalling around there, I'll just take my profit at that point. Okay, so let me go back over. Actually, let me just mark up that London low for you so we can keep an eye on it. And I'll make it like a fat purple color. So this one, there you go, like this. Okay. Now, if we get to before the news, what I was looking at was taking a sell. Okay, so the first 5 minutes pushed up. Let me go the lower time frames. Let me go just before the news, because I entered like a minute before the news. So price pushed up. Okay, and this was 129. So after seeing it grab this liquidity and then start pushing down, I entered the sell on this candle. He had like literally in the minute before the news, targeting. If it just went straight up, it was likely I would have got slippage, negative slippage, if it went straight up. But I was willing to give it a shot. And this was my original target was like 1903. This daily doji, 1903.60. That was the area had in mind as well, because I was looking at it on all time frames, which meant like I had 30 minute over here at the 15 minute top left. I had the 5 minute top right, and I had the 3 minute bottom right. And my chart was split like that. So I could keep an eye on all of these where we were at. Now, because I had entered before the news, I didn't have to worry about slippage. And then price just in the next, let's just go one by one. So 1 minute. Oh, sorry. No, where was a stop loss? I didn't get stopped at all. Stop loss must have been just above this bit. Price had wicked up and then flipped bearish, pushed down, and then look where it went to. This 1 minute. Look where it this wick right here. So price had beautifully just tapped into it. Sort of started struggling at this level again. Okay. And then by that stage, I just exited it. And I took about time I got out, I got like a little bit of slippage on the way back. And it was more or less here where I finally got out because like it tapped again. And then the time I exited it was pretty much plus 50 on the nose. So pretty happy with that one. Then I gave it another shot. So after price had pushed up, I was expecting the full correction. Couldn't take any of these buys, but price threatened to push up here. And then I ended up taking a buy over here. Took a buy over here, expecting price to, I think it was around this time. Let me look. I think it was around this time. But price was just fell into this range. Yeah, sorry, it wasn't then. It was after here. It was after here. So this is where I entered on this candle. This candle, the new 15-minute candle, target was more or less here, just to stay range bound, because price was falling into this. Okay. And that was it. Price pushed up. I was going to give it a shot above here again. I just didn't like the price action of that day. At that stage, price was just really struggling to really find that closure. And that was my day. So pretty active day. It was a good day. It was a fun day, and didn't really overtrade too much. Everything was like nice and planned. I felt like I had plenty of time to take these trades. Hope you guys can learn something. The most important thing for all of this was everything was planned based on zones, you know. So we even had like resistance up here. So this is like this green bit was a resistance from this candle and this candle. So candle 1, rejection, beautiful wick. Candle 2, rejection, beautiful wick. Take it from the high to the open, drag it across. Once we could find some closures outside this area, like clean closures, I thought we might be able to go and target this area, this 1920 area. I'm still going to target that for tomorrow. I do think we could probably get that push up. But we weren't really getting any clean closures. You can see like here's the high, and then this candle closed below, so it's still not like a clean close. So there was nothing really that was confirming those longs yet. Price then just it just did this rest of the day. It was just noise. So for tomorrow, my idea is this candle that I'm targeting. So I'd like to try and get some premium entries to target back up to there. That'll be my ideal. Otherwise, I'll just have to sit on my hands and trade German 40. Anyway, take care. Trade safe. Hope you guys had a good day, and I will see you in London session tomorrow.